Today we will start talking about culture. First of all, we will start with a quote. According to Edward B. Taylor, culture could be defined as a complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, law, morals, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by people as members of society. Therefore, culture is not something one is born into, yet it's acquired over time while growing up in a specific society or social group. Thus, it is more complex than it may seem from the outside. Why? Let me explain. In his iceberg theory, Edward Hall analyzes culture by comparing it with an iceberg, claiming that what it seems from the outside is only the visible part of a country's internal culture. This visible part of the iceberg is the one that usually makes our perception of a foreign culture more likely to be seen solely based on its stereotypes. On the other hand, E. B. Tyler proposed a theory based on the way different societies relate to their perspectives on context and time, and how, depending on the place of the world a person is raised, they will adapt to same perceptions. Both of these theories are entangled with one another, giving different explanations for how we come to be in a functional society. One good example of these theories is some cultural differences between Argentina and the UK. Argentinians tend to be more emotionally centered. For example, we also use our hands to express our inner ideas, having a closer connection to our body, unlike British people who usually tend to be driven by logic and are less emotional. When it comes to work in Argentina, we tend not to only focus on making a good job and being responsible, but also try our best to create a work environment where teamwork is part of our everyday life and essential. When there's a problem or an economic crisis in our case, in Argentina we usually find the best way to survive and solve the problem by being creative and resourceful. We like improvising, and we are good at it. Unlike British people, we don't usually rely on having everything under control. Most Argentinian families prioritize their nuclear families over job and set it as a main priority. However, in several low-contact societies, they are likely to prioritize their work over quality time. In Argentina, asado and football belong together. There's an unspoken rule of watching soccer while eating asado or having picada. In the UK, however, their culture is more driven to spending time on a pub after work and is not as related to sports like our culture. Thank you so much for listening.